Mario. Sup, motherfucker?
Welcome.
Evening. It is a special. it is a special Thursday night live. We opted because we got some people traveling and doing some holiday stuff a little early, um, to go ahead and do Tarot Night tonight as opposed to next week. And if you guys still want to do the thing next week, we can do it next week. Um, we can work something out. I can get on here and do kind of the one on y'all that I do from time to time if you guys want. But we're just trying to make sure that we hit the Tayrot and the Orichalcal before the holidays. Um, if you guys do not want another Thursday Night Live next week, this will be the last one of the year.
Yeah.
The week in between Christmas and New Year's, you will not be seeing any of us. That whole week is going to be taken off by the entire team. So if you get radio silence from all of us, at least concerning house calls or events or different things, readings, whatever, the reason being is we are supposed to be radio silent. We're going to be off the clock for that entire week. Also, remember, up until that point, and then after that point, things are going to be a little bit slow going for us. The reason why is everybody's going to be doing the holiday stuff. Everybody's going to be traveling. Everybody's going to be spending time. This is the one time a year that we actually do that. So we do take that seriously. The whole month of December and into January is literally family time and us trying to recharge so that we can be there for you guys throughout the rest of the year. Does it mean that you can't reach out? No. Does it mean that we will never get back to you? No. Does it mean that you are seen as less important because we're not right there? No. What it means is we are prioritizing ourselves and our family at this point in time. About the middle of January, we're going to get back into the swing of things and you guys are going to take precedence. But until then, just letting you guys know that we are taking time for ourselves to better ourselves and to make sure that what little bit of sanity we have remains. The forecast. So I've threatened to forecast, and the reason why it hasn't been done is there have been a lot of fucking shifts lately, and one of the worst, actually two of the worst, have been the fact that Mercury is still in retrograde, and we just received Mars. So,
Whoa!
So for those of you that don't know what that means, Mars is a planet of outer conflict, meaning all of the things, all of the work that you've been doing or you've perceived that you've been doing throughout the year, you're going to want to defend. That's all great. That's wonderful. But that's going to come from everybody. What makes this particular situation terrible is the fact that Mercury is in play, which means communication is bullshit. So what happens now is when you try to say something, do something, or provide something, it's probably going to be taken wrong, or it's going to strike a particular nerve. And since humans are fucking idiots and we're all reactionary instead of logical, it's going to cause some conflicts. So if you are at a Christmas party with your Uncle Dave, and Uncle Dave decides to comment about your religious beliefs, your particular orientation, your politics, or whatever, and you take offense, At least this year, you'll have a retrograde to actually blame for the fist fight that ensues.
Speaking of that, if you are still looking for Christmas gifts and or you're looking for a tune-up prior to going to said family functions, come see us this weekend at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market at the Clarion Hotel.
What a pitch. What a pitch.
If you want work on before you get in that fist fight, come see us first.
Oh my God.
We'll get you tuned up first, so at least you can smack somebody's ass with your whole spiritual body. You're welcome, motherfuckers.
This will be the last market of the year, and it may be the last one at the current location. We'll be changing locations here very soon to a spot out on Tate's Creek. For those who aren't local, it's going to be a larger venue, so there'll be more space for a lot more people. It's just going to be a little bit out of the way from where we usually are. So details will be floating around as soon as we have, strict addresses, times, the whole bit like that.
Stuff to share and things.
But this is going to be the last one currently that we know of the year, but definitely probably the last one for the Clarion Hotel. If not, definitely January will be the last one. If I get this wrong, I'll let you know, but that's what we were told, so that's what I'm telling y'all. Just because the market is moving, it doesn't mean that anything's going to change. Everybody's still going to be doing the thing. You might see some new faces. Some old faces that you've missed might be coming back. We don't know. It's a new opportunity for everybody. So come out, give a look. We are going to have Christmas stuff and things, so gift ideas and such. Yeah, some spell kits and some working jars and different things like that Tiff has made, as well as the regular stream of decks and possible stretchies. Yeah, I almost said stresses. There's going to be plenty of that going around too. But come out, see us, have a little bit of fun this weekend. And just like us, hopefully you'll forget about some of the holiday stress.
And if you're stressed and you're looking to buy something for your lovely wishy friends, family, etc., or yourself, because treat yourself, you can always look at all of our inventory on spiritmechanics.com or through the Facebook page. So we can ship items, we can have pickups at the store, at the Missing Elements, which we are not currently at today, but that is 1018 East New Circle Road, Lexington, Kentucky, 40505, Suite 114 and 112 for classes. So,
and currently for the holidays, we are providing gift certificates through the Missing Elements. Mm-hmm. So you can get sound healings, you can get so much off the store, you can get some sessions with us. All you have to do is call in or show up and ask for what you want.
Yeah. So
readings.
It is officially tarot/oracle night. So if you are interested in reading, please let us know in the comments. Let us know who you would like to read you and if you have a question. So tonight the readers are me, Pat, Steve, and Raymond's on the other screen. If you would like a tandem read, please let us know. And if you send us stars, which is a donation, it's technically a paid reading, so you get the option for an all read. So all of us will happily read you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And at the current moment, we don't have anybody on our list, so we can just go and vibe out for the moment. It's
There's a Russell.
So Russell wants to know what the beginning of 2025 looks like. Do you have anybody specific you want to read you, Russell?
Russell.
I think if I keep singing that, we might get that might become an issue. So, you, Steve.
Oh, okay. I can do.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
I got you, bub.
Richard said snazzy hat, so I was saying thank you.
All right.
And Lisa would like reading.
Yes.
Just let us know in the comments who you would like to read you, and if you have a question.
Yep.
If you don't have a question or a direction, just tell us that you want a general. So, Mr. Russell. Russell would like to know what
The beginning of 2025 looks like. Excuse me.
we's gonna be kind about it. Ish.
Say.
I mean, it's the cats. It's the cats. It's all right. I didn't pull out that particular deck.
True.
That shadow working deck is nasty.
Yeah, it is.
It is ill-spirited.
Alrighty, ma'am. I can get you added to the list.
Can you do me one last favor?
Yes.
Can you hand my blind ass my glasses?
Oh my God, you want to be able to see to read? You can't just.
You're asking too much, Steve.
You know what the fuck's on the card?
Look, there's a lot of things that I can do. That is not one of them. All right. Let's see. So 2025, right? What's it going to look like for Russell? Interesting. Well, actually, all good things, to be honest, currently. So the three card currently that I pulled up, we've got the Elder, we've got Incorruptible, and we've got the Champion. And this is talking specifically about learning from life experience. So the things that you've gone through of this year, there are things that have hurt, yeah, but you've gained a lot of valuable insight into how you work and how life actually works. And starting the new year, it's understanding that it's a brand new year. It's another 365 days that you can do something brand new with yourself with. You don't have to repeat the same mistakes. You can choose to not repeat the cycle. This is telling you that you should really pay attention to what it is that you've learned as opposed to your current circumstances. So what I mean by that is instead of going, well, it's always this way, or it always works out this way, or it's always going to be the same, start to look at the things that are obvious. Well, why is it working out this way? Why is it still the same? And you're going to find, well, I should have listened to myself. Well, I knew better. Those kinds of statements have a tendency to come up in those moments. Start the new year allowing yourself to be a clean slate. What happened this year is what happened this year. 2025 is a completely new fucking era for you. All right. There's going to be a realization that you have as well, probably within the first 2 months, January, February. There's going to be a realization that you have about yourself, not necessarily, oh, fuck, that's why I do these things. It's going to be more of a, this is what I actually need. You're going to essentially have a breakthrough. And there's going to be this moment where you go, this is what's going to make it right for me. This is what makes the pieces fit. And it's going to honestly come from a place of purity. It's going to come from honestly, it's going to sound really fucking Disney princess, but it's actually going to come from your heart. There's going to be an incident that happens that makes you go, this is where I need to be and why. This is who I am and why. This is what I'm meant for. So there's some really cool shit that's going to happen for you. All you have to do is pay attention to what it is that you've learned and apply it coming into the new year. Hopefully that helped you out, bud.
That was actually pretty stoked. That was pretty dope.
Sure was.
They didn't spank any ass. How about that? They were actually nice to you, Russell.
So, next up, we have Lisa Gordon Snyder. She wants you to read her.
Oh, okay.
She's wondering if she should consider moving in with her boyfriend.
Okay.
Or that one.
Let's see. Should she move in?
Should she? The specific wording, I'm wondering about if I should consider moving in with my boyfriend.
So before I answer this question, have you been with this dude for a while? Or is it fairly new?
Also, Russell said it does thank you for the smiley face.
Oh, you're always welcome, bub.
And while Steve is shuffling and we're waiting for Lisa to respond back, to anybody who's just now joining us, welcome to Tarot Night. Woo! Woo! We are reading cards. It is absolutely free. You just have to let us know in the comments if you would like a reading. If you would, we just need to know if you have a specific question or if you would like a general read and who you want to read you. Raymond is on the other screen. That's Steve. I'm Pat. And if you would like a reading for all three of us, just send us some stars and you'll get the chance for all of us to read you. I think stars are a penny each.
They are. So whenever it says, do you want to donate 200 stars, your first 200 stars that you donate is actually free. It's on Facebook. Every star after that is where you have to start paying, and literally 200 stars is $2. So you is not out a whole lot. Think of it kind of like a tip or a gratuity.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Also, did you see your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, about 3. So,
Thanks, Ross.
okay.
Hey, Shelly.
Hi,
So,
Shelley.
of course, it would be a cat. All right.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Because being a cat is exactly where it's at. Okay. So, using a different deck, and this deck has a tendency to be very pointed. It's not cruel, but it's very pointed. Just because we know somebody for a prolonged period of time, it doesn't mean that we understand the intimacies and the intricacies of that person. And there's a difference between being a friend at a distance and being a more romantic or more intimate person in close spaces. So if you haven't already, what I would actually start to do before deciding to just jump in would be spend a week or so together at each other's respective homes. And that way you have an opportunity to see what it's like. Because usually a day or two, okay, that's awesome. You can go back to your house. Well, about a week, and you start to see things starting to kind of come through that you would typically see on a day-to-day basis. So the reason why I'm bringing that up, we have the Sun, we have the Key, and we have the Seeker. Literally what this is talking about is trying to fill a void in the life. There's a warmth that we need to find, and because of that, we are seeking it. We see the key to our happiness in this particular situation. And you have to be very careful with that. The understanding of a relationship, as I'm pulling cards, so the key to any relationship is to understand that you're both two separate individuals living two separate lives. What makes it a relationship is that you have similar life goals. There are aspects of you that fulfill the needs of somebody, not just the wants, but the needs, and vice versa. We have the door of dreams and reincarnation. So this is literally, well, everything will change if we just do this. Be careful about moving forward too quickly. Have the big conversations now. Even if you've had them before you make this kind of step, have the big conversations now. What is it that you want? What is it that you want from this relationship? What is it that you want for us? What is it that you want in life? What is it that you want for us in life? Have these big kinds of discussions. Moving in is pretty much leading into a form of a committed relationship. So if you're going to be the big boy and big girl, you need to talk like big boy and big girl. And the last card is the Fall, which literally tells me that this is the reason why I'm being so direct with you about these things. Always remember two things. One, a relationship is never a 50-50. If someone tells you that, they're a fucking liar. And most of their relationships have probably not worked out. What makes it an equal partnership is understanding that it's a 10-90 split. One of you has most of the responsibility, while the other one is able to rest, or able to figure themselves out, or find help, or get better from an illness, whatever. It's when that person is in a healthy space and they have the ability to take that pressure, and they do, that makes it an actual partnership, an actual relationship. That's the illusion of the 50-50. Most people don't fucking know how that split works and how you're supposed to be responsible for each other. And the next thing is remember that there are multiple ways to love somebody. There are multiple ways of showing it. There are multiple ways of doing it. There are multiple ways of saying it. And you need to decide for yourselves and each other what it is that your love language is going to be. What that is being able to sit with each other and understand that in that space and in that time, you are loved regardless of whether anything is being said, done, or presented. And when things are said, done, or presented, they're more appreciated because they are obvious showings of that love. You gotta have these things in order before you make huge steps. So, the crux of the reading, take your time. Y'all have only been, doing the serious thing for 3 months. I'd give it another 3 before I did. That's just me, but the cards gave the warning directly. So, hopefully that helps out.
Yeah, that deck is. Lisa said this makes complete sense. I appreciate you so much. And thanks for sharing us out.
Thank you very much.
Renee shared us out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Shelly. Raymond, how about you take her for a general read? I think you might be able to give her.
General read.
General.
All right, madam.
General.
Do you want a raw reading or do you want a softer reading? And yeah, the stars button is not available for some reason.
Oh wow. Still.
Okay, well, that's fine. Then if that's the case, we'll all three read Terry because she had originally asked for an all, but we're struggling to see the stars. So we'll take care of Terry here in a second.
Okay.
And Miss Lisa Donaher, I did see your comment. Just let me know who you would like to read you, and we'll make sure to take care of you.
Shall we get it to me raw? Oh.
Do you want to read from Miss Shelley?
Well, since Facebook updated. So it's been a week.
Yeah. We'll probably have to do some troubleshooting.
Yeah, Facebook's been kind of since they've updated it again.
Zuck.
Well, technically, he doesn't own it anymore. Cough, cough. It's the company he owns now that owns it. Yeah. Meta bought out Facebook.
So he bought out his own company from himself.
Essentially.
Gotcha, Adam, ma'am.
Well, Miss Shelley, who are you concerned with? Who do you think is actually lying to you? Because it looks like you're concerned that somebody's lying to you. And you have an idea of who it is, but this one's bothering you a lot. Gotcha. At this point, it feels like you're actually trying to find your way out, but you really don't have the help to take and get out of that situation. Yeah. And it looks like there's been a situation recently where they've triggered something that was a previous trauma that you did not expect to happen. But one of the major things that I'm getting here is, your boundaries are worth setting and worth reminding, hey, this is where I draw a line. Don't step over that line. Because it's not a situation you actually had to face by yourself. It's not. Because you've got a ton of friends that if you said the word would be right there to, for lack of a word, beat some ass.
Smack a motherfucker.
That's right. So don't feel like you had to struggle through this by yourself. Definitely set those boundaries. And honestly, I really think that the help that you're looking forward to take and get out of that situation is coming. It's just going to take a bit longer. But yeah, if they continue the behavior and stuff that's triggering you and stuff, yeah, tell a motherfucker to fuck off, because ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Fucking true. Jesus Christ.
Especially right now.
Now is not the time.
There you go. Get it. I hope that helps.
Fuck yes.
Do it, chick.
Because no matter what they expect and stuff, it does not matter, because if it goes against what you actually want, don't listen to them.
You could also, yeah. If you need anything, just reach out, please.
Yes, ma'am.
You have friends, man.
You do. By God.
You have friends that are not afraid to put people in jars either.
So, as far as Christmas gifts, if you are looking for something
Of the candle or otherwise,
which I definitely am, Shelly has some awesome stuff. She's over at Ascending Shadows, and she has some of the best candles that you can
For real.
ask for. So if you or somebody that you know is a candle person, give Ascending Shadows a check. She does an amazing job with her candles, and they're fucking chef's kiss for exactly what it is that is on the candles.
also, if you're in the Ohio area, you can also get some Reiki done. You can get your cards flipped, or you can get some astrology done by them too.
Yep.
Miss Shelley and Miss Dusing will take care of y'all.
And if you have trouble sleeping and stuff, Shelly makes this awesome spray.
Fucking legit though.
It really helps.
That magnesium spray has actually helped quite a bit.
I actually need to get some more.
Same.
Might be a bulk order coming your way, Shelley.
It fucking might be. Alrighty. So, Terry. Yeah, and Raymond, she was gonna do an all, but she couldn't. But the stars is being a butt. So, do you mind jumping in?
I don't mind one bit.
Cool.
What you want?
So Terry said, I had a setback today. I'm wondering if it's going to keep going that way or if it's just a hiccup. I'm using the wrong mystic.
I'm going with the Star Dragon.
Well, what? Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go a little lighthearted. Because, geez, I think we all need it.
Oh,
That's kind of why I went with the Star Dragons.
shit.
I only did the Dark Mirror for Shelly because she said give it to her raw. So
Or is that all? Oh, okay. I'll go first if you want. Now we're pretty straightforward. So, you got, as far as the law of mystics go, you got rebirth, grow, stillness, and mystery in reverse, which essentially tells me this is not a hiccup. It's literally just growing pains. Just don't get in your head about it being more than a hiccup. As things change, as new paths arise, on occasion when you walk that path, there are pebbles, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a mountain that you're stepping through. Just don't let the trauma don't let the trauma that you're seeing in front of you pull you down to where that tiny pebble is actually a mountain. Your mindset is extremely important about this. And that's pretty much what I got.
I'm giggling just because it couldn't have matched any fucking better. So, with most Oracle cards, it's you're going to get a similar read depending on what's going on. I'm using the Marvels, so I'm using my superhero and villains deck. And all these have sayings, right? So it's a little bit different than just the word and drawing the inference. So we have Rogue and Gambit, and the card is Let Love In. They are a couple that literally feed each other, but they're severely toxic to themselves, not each other. The thing about that is sometimes we get in this mentality where we feel as though we're not enough, we don't deserve, it's our fault, or we get into that opposite mode of it's not me, it's them. This card is literally saying, put all that shit down for a minute and look at what it is that you have. This isn't necessarily just talking about romantic love, even though it is talking about that. It's not just talking about that. It's talking about love for yourself specifically and the love that you can give to other people safely. That next part was kind of hilarious because I get Shadowcat next, and her card is, you know, we all start somewhere. So similar to Pat's read talking about growing pains, this is about adjusting to new emotional depths that you found. We're in uncharted territory. You've made changes to what it is that you want and what it is that you like and what it is that you feel you need. And because of that, there's a shift in how you want to be loved and how you want to give love. You have to start at square one to understand where it is that you have a foundation to build from. Lastly, and I thought this one was hilarious just because it's you, Terry, and I thought it was fucking funny, but we have the Incredible Hulk as the last card, and it says, think first, smash later. So literally, what this reading is about is come to grips with where you feel not comfortable, but actually safe with your ability to love and your ability to progress and your ability to be confident in yourself, and then start to make the moves after. Don't be frustrated with yourself. Don't get angry quickly. Think things through. Give the logic first, and let the emotions give you the context. You've got this one day at a time, right? Go ahead, Ray.
What's funny is my cards literally play right off of both of you, but kind of comes, full circle with it, because at this point you understand what you want from your life. You understand where you want to head, and you've put in the effort, and you've got to remember that effort is rewarded throughout, Steveism. It's just believing in yourself. And whenever you start to have those moments where you can't tell if it's just a situation or if it's a hiccup or whatever, taking that moment to breathe and just let it be until you get that clarity is so much better than just reacting at that moment. And I say that because it's followed up by the miracle card, which is making a difference. Taking a moment to actually look at the situation, not as you see it, but as it is. And sometimes that actually takes a moment. Or is it as bad as I think it is? Well, let's give it a moment and see if it actually is. If it's not, then we let it go. If it is, we make changes. And to finish out the reading, I had the healing card, which is restoring hope. You know what you want, and keep that hope alive. Keep working toward it. And keep doing your shadow work.
Do it.
Terry said, thank you all so much. The relief is great. I love you all. I didn't react, and I'm very proud of myself for that. Fuck yes.
Hell yes. Do it, Terry.
Think first, smash later.
Yup.
Alrighty. So, next up, I think it was, I lost my spot. Miss Lisa Donaher. Anyone can read. She wants a general.
Lisa or Linda?
Lisa Donaher.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
Me and Ray, nah. You do it.
Okay.
Actually, all jokes aside, I think for this one, Lisa, that actually would be the best fit for you. I have a pretty good feeling that she'll be able to vibe with you better than Ray or I would tonight.
Gear. We got
I can't see how y'all do those vapes. It kills me. My lungs are like, but where's the tar and shits?
I've actually found a new one that's a lot smoother than the others.
May have to get the name of it from you.
Absolutely. And this one's kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of the cordial cherries.
That's actually kind of solid.
So, just as a side, Lisa, this reading, at least the cards as they're currently laid out, definitely does not fit the vibe that I'm picking up from you at the moment. Because right now you feel very like the epitome of rocking around the Christmas tree. Like that's what started playing in my head when I started pulling cards for you. But when I started flipping them over, you got mystery on the side. And a lot of other cards dumped out too. Don't let the motherfuckers that are being motherfuckerly bust up your Christmas spirit. Tell them no. You don't have to accept their bullshit. And I say that because you got patience, disguise, and kindness, which makes me think that you are struggling with that and seeing that almost like you're concerned that people are lying to you about them actually having had a bit of a pivotal moment of change. And specifically because it looks like they're coming at you with quite a bit of not love and light, but healing buzzwords. And I say that because the next round of cards was literally power and heal on top of that. But what they don't understand is that you already know how to do all that shit. You're probably the one that taught them how to do it, or at least started them on that path. And I say that because the last round of cards you got were Hunt and Wisdom. Don't let them fuck your shit up. At some point, I did say this was an 18 plus show. Oh, okay, there's a banner. Cool.
Yeah, we've got our ticker.
Okay, thank God.
I got you covered.
Yeah, we got the ticker.
Awesome.
Rated. Ray's got us rated.
Always.
Just trust yourself and your judgment. You'll be just fine. I hope that helps.
Tis the season for merriment and such.
Yeah.
People need to allow it to be.
Because you feel very like baking Christmas cookies while blasting Christmas music. That was the vibe that I got when I started pulling cards for you.
I mean, better than mine, which is probably just eggnog drunk.
Fucking cousin Eddie drinking an eggnog out of a cup.
Shatter's full.
Yeah. I am really glad. Keep up the awesome vibes, man, because you're fucking great. For real.
Even if we're struggle busting, even if we're having tough times, we can still give ourselves a moment. We can still give other people a moment. It doesn't have to be all bad all the time. So keep your chin up. You're doing good shit.
Mm-hmm. You are. Howdy, man.
Hello, everybody. If you're just now joining, we're doing the Tarot and Orichalcal readings this week as opposed to next week because the holiday season is what it is. And we've got some travelers. We've got some early holiday stuff for various families in the team. So if you're interested, all you have to do is ask for a reading. Get on the list. They are 100% free. Usually we say If you donate stars, you get bumped to the top of the list because technically you're a paying customer at that point. But our stars button is not active due to a Facebook update or glitch that we're going to have to work out. So we're calling it what it is. 'Tis the holiday season. So if you guys would like tandem reads, all you have to do is ask for them. We'll give them to you this month. It worked out that way. Also, there is a special thing that I'm going to be doing here very soon, probably at the beginning of the year. It's going to be a charity sort of gig. So if you're interested in that, it is going to be through SMX. Details will be coming as we progress through things. But there's going to be some new stuff coming around, some live auctions for some things, and some lives talking about some of the products we carry, different things like that. But we're also going to be doing some pretty neat charity things coming up. So I'm stoked for it. Hopefully y'all are here for it. And back to readings.
Well, at the current moment, we don't have anybody on our list. So if no one else pops on, we'll call it 9:45. It's 38 after right now. So that gives people 7 minutes to jump on the list.
Hello, Linda. How are you? Linda, if you would like a reading, Lisa Oxier, I always say your fucking name wrong, and I always feel like an asshole, Lisa. Love you to death. I'm glad you popped on.
Well, she wants a reading.
And so would Linda. Both
Yeah.
of them would like tandem.
Oh, both of them want tandem. Do you want all three of us, or do you want a pair? And that's to both of you.
And do either of the two of you have a question?
If not, just tell us general. So this is Pat. That's Raymond. I'm Steve. And apparently the dad and the granddad wisdom are stout with me tonight. So beware. I'm feeling the holiday spirit, and apparently it's just me getting bourbon drunk and telling stories by the fucking fireplace.
Bubber when he means bang.
It's just a bang for now. I can't do the other on live internet television.
Nope. Lisa said general.
Okay.
Would you like two or all three? Go for it. I need the wisdom. Well, so you're definitely in.
All in it is.
On.
All right.
All three it is.
All three it is.
And just a general. All right.
As we got the moves cranked in my head right now. Three it is.
But it's the holiday season, y'all. Oh shit. Okay.
It's the holiday
That's
season.
not a good sign.
Correct.
It literally gets the confirmation card.
Yes, it is.
What was your first fucking clue?
So this is Steve and I are gonna have to read a little bit differently because the way that these two decks work is they read together. So Raymond is probably gonna be best if you go first.
All right. Let me see what I get here. I've got one total card so far, so
Dude, it.
well, that's one way to get out of the deck, bud.
You have to lay the first card down.
No,
I'm going to need some clarification on that.
I can't even finish up.
A little bit more than one card.
Okay.
So that card came back up. Okay. Ugh. All right. Miss Lisa, it looks like you've been trying to do some work on yourself here, as I'm trying to word. Because the first card that really pops out to me is invention, and it feels like it's more of you're reinventing yourself. And right now you've made the space for that newness and that chance to take and work on yourself, and you're really getting close to where you want to be, but you're not there yet. And it feels like you're at a loss because you don't know how to take it and take that next step. And you have a choice. It's just, and you've made that choice. You just haven't, followed through with that choice, because it's still understanding the circumstances surrounding the choice. It almost feels like a double-edged sword. Kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You finished, Raymond? You finished up?
Almost. I've got a couple more cards here.
No worries. Didn't want to rush you.
Yeah. Just remember that, it is your path, and make sure that you're taking that path for you and not trying to work around other people to make it convenient for them. Okay, have at her.
So
the way that these work, specifically the 2 decks, is it takes a tandem read to a different level. It gives both sides of the story. As far as a lot of it was on the same page as Raymond's reading, this just goes a bit more into depth as to why.
So there is a difference between accepting change as it comes and saying it is what it is. Fuck, I hate that phrase. Like, it makes me want to fist fight someone when they tell me that. I can't stand that. It's literally a pet peeve. So the difference being actual change is progression. It's things that you can't exactly stop. If things in life did not change, they didn't adapt, they didn't break down, they didn't shift, then life wouldn't progress at all. It would stagnate and sit still. However, accepting change allows you to understand that this is the flow of life. Yeah, you may not like it. Yeah, it may not be stellar, but there's something that's going to come from it that's going to be new, that's going to be different, that's going to be an opportunity or at least a change in the mundane, the monotonous, the day to day. And then there's complacency. Well, this is just the way the life is. Well, I don't have a say in how my life goes. Well, it is what it is. Gag. Fuck you and fuck that notion. Life is what you choose, not what it is. So, a lot of what's going on right now is there's been a lot of bullshit things that have happened this year. There's been a lot of bullshit things that have actually happened to you over the last couple. Some extreme illnesses, some extreme shifts in family dynamic, or at least financial dynamic, different things like that that have been odd or new, and in some cases, not so great. This reading says a lot about you wanting to stop. And what I mean by that is it's not a suicide thing. It's again, we're an 18 plus show and we're all adults here. It's not a self-delete sort of situation. It is, I just want to stop and let the world revolve around me. I'm tired of trying and getting nowhere. I'm tired of walking and feeling like I don't move. It's you fighting the urge to sit down. Good for you for doing so. But there's a lot that lends to there being a massive struggle between, as Ray was mentioning, between what it is that you want and what it is that you need. There is an extreme aversion to allowing newness to come in because you're afraid of the other foot dropping, of a situation breaking or falling through. There is a very strong need to not even take educated risks. And there's a big issue with that. After a while, you literally start to tighten the plastic bag around your head. And there's a finite amount of air that you have left. Eventually, you're going to get to where you choke. This reading in particular, especially using the decks that we did, and my deck specifically, it's a warning. It's telling you to quit struggling over things that you shouldn't be fighting against. And it's telling you that the efforts that you do actually put in are actually seeing benefit. It's just you're looking in the wrong spaces. One of the best things that you can do, especially right now, as we're going into a new year, is not to give a resolution, because those are bullshit. Nobody ever follows them. You know, they talk a big game a week before Christmas, and then 2 days after the new year, they're right back in the same habit. Don't fucking do a resolution. Make a promise to yourself. Hold yourself accountable. These are the things that I want for me. These are the things I want for my family. These are the things I want for my community, so on and so forth. And then start there. I succeeded in getting this for myself, which means I can be a benefit to my family, which means my family can benefit our community, and so on and so forth. It's a good time for you to take care of you. It's a good time for you to start thinking about the things that you really need and you really want, and start to prioritize what it is that you need and what you want. If you want things to be better, you have to choose better. And in order to choose better, you have to want it. You have to work towards it.
The only thing that I have to add is just remember that the things that you actually hunger for, your dreams, your visions, they're not as out of reach as you think that they might be. You have to just reach out and ask for them. Don't forget that there's always somebody out there waiting. Whatever flavor it is that you work with, whatever it is that you believe. Just remember you're not alone.
You are not alone.
But just be very mindful of the fact that even if you think that you're able to successfully stay behind your mask, people see through it. If you need something, you got to ask for it.
Communication is key.
And I know that was a raw fucking reading. I just hope it helped. She said, touched on my Reiki journey / classes with Holly, my employment, new car to me that I'm making payments on, trying to keep anger in check when I just want to release the old me. I said the other day, fuck.
Calgon, take me away.
Spot on. Thank you. Makes a lot of sense. I am glad.
Yeah, because
That
one was pretty rough. That was pretty raw, all the way around.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Lisa. Pat's not old enough to understand Calgon, take me away.
No, that one went over my head, but that is perfectly fucking fine.
You're depressing, you know that?
Yes, I do. Thank you. It's a talent. And
Listen, I'm still not over the ear raping I got last year over that shit, so I don't want to hear it. I did not consent to this.
huh? Well, I don't know necessarily that you want a reading now, Miss Linda Nelson, but if you would still like one, please let us know. If you have a question.
Also, Anybody else? We're probably gonna call about 10 o'clock or so.
It's in 4 minutes.
Oh, well, then we'll probably call about 10:30. If we can get readings, we'll call it about 10:30. If not, we will end with Miss Linda Nelson if she's doing.
Yep, she wants to do.
Yep.
Do you have a specific question?
Again, if you would like a reading, they're 100% free, and you can ask for as many of us as you want, 1, 2, or 3. You just got to let us know and get on the list. We'll stay on for a little bit longer if you guys would like a reading. 'Tis the season.
All right, Linda said general. Whatever spirit wants for her. And Lisa Snyder said, we can always live in a lighthearted place. I'm grateful for your community. True one.
We're grateful for you. What am I doing with it?
I'm showing your card. And then that one. Okay. So Miss Linda Nelson. Not this deck. Sweet fuck.
Yeah. Just a general, huh?
Just a general. I'm using my keys.
Did she want a full read, full tandem?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Full tandem it is.
Yep, all this. Y'all don't want to shuffle today. That's why you don't want to shuffle today. All right, fine. Okay. Now it is. Yeah. Nothing taken dead. Only one set of cats at a time. Fucking fine.
I was just gonna compliment, but whatever. They're gonna be fucking assholes.
Oh.
Ray, you got your cards, bud?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Yep.
All right. And I apologize in advance. Because it looks like here lately you've been questioning whether or not what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish is making any difference.
Fine. Fuck.
And it also looks like you're having troubles with standing up for it, what it is that you actually want to do. There's conflict there. It's mainly the first part of this that it's actually, that raw. Because a lot of the rest of it is just reminding you, take the time. Decisions don't have to be made at this moment, on this day. It's just, take the time and look at both sides. And honestly, enjoy the time that you actually have right now. Because there's something that you seem to be a little uncertain as far as the future goes. And it's really been hitting you the wrong way lately. Let's see here. Sorry, just looking for some clarification there. But just remember, you don't always have to look at things from a dark spot. It might be a train in the tunnel, but there's at least a light at the end of the tunnel. So sometimes you got to take and focus on the light that's in the tunnel instead of worrying about the darkness around you. Even if it's just darkness in your heart, in your head, or just things that are happening around you. Sometimes we just got to let it go. Now to Steve and Pat for the weather.
I'll go. Miss Linda. Choosing stagnation is very dangerous. I know you don't always have the answer. Nobody does. And I know you're trying. Have some faith in yourself and have some faith in your ability to make the correct decision. Because if you stay where you're at, it's going to be brutal. Not making a choice is still making a choice. And oftentimes, when you sit in a choice of stagnation, choices are made for you. And that can be worse than pulling the blade out yourself. A lot worse. Find the passion that you had. Because if you can bring it back, things will be so much clearer for you. The heartache will dissipate. The decision paralysis will clear up. And your house will feel like a home again. Be careful of falling into dangerous mindsets. Because that type of a situation can make you feel like you're drowning in 6 inches of water. You're loved. Don't forget that.
Mine's literally a similar deal, but it's a little more pointed. Mine talks specifically about your family. It's my end of it. It's literally along the same lines of what Raymond and Pat were talking about, only this is concerning, by the looks of things, some conflicts that have to do with either your children or the grandchildren. The reason why is the novice card was the crux of this entire reading. And the entire first row was talking about the pride of the family winding up in flame and coming to an epiphany. So it's like there's a massive struggle that's going on, followed by death, patience, and sleeplessness, which is literally having to deal with that particular change or wanting a particular change bad enough to where we're losing sleep over it, or at least being restless while we're awake and not having that particular kind of solace. Lastly, we have Silence and Incorruptible. Basically, what Pat was talking about and what Ray was talking about, the sitting in a dark space or the stagnation of being in a dark space. I'm not quite sure what's going on aside from the norm, or if there's anything that is directly happening currently. But there seems to be a rising concern or a heavy concern that is slowly being alleviated. That has to deal with youngsters in the family. 3 things. 1, you have to be able to understand not just your side, but theirs as well. Does it make it right? Probably not. Does it make it easier? Most definitely not. But at the same time, being able to see both sides of things allows you to make educated choices, allows you to adapt correctly. 2 is adapt correctly. Allow yourself the moment to think things through logically instead of reacting emotionally. Allow the emotions to hit afterwards so that you understand the context of the situation. That way you can process it in a mentally healthy and an emotionally healthy way. Thirdly, be careful of inserting yourself into shit that doesn't concern you. And what I mean by this is, if your grown-ass kids are fucking up, they're grown-ass adults. They unfortunately need to learn at some point that they are fucking it up, and they also need to learn how to pick themselves up after fucking it up. Same thing with yourself. Whoever it is that's on the outside, if this is an outside situation, needs to understand that you need your space. You need to be able to accept the fact that you fucked up and take the time to get yourself up off the ground. It's not for them to insert themselves into your business, and it's not for you to insert yourself into theirs. Usually, a lot of times, conflicts come from where opinions of how one, the other, or both should be wind up in conflict. When, in fact, nobody should be passing judgment unless it's actually warranted. Be really careful of drowning yourself, as Pat mentioned, in undue stress. Placing things on your shoulders that aren't actually yours to take on, or even creating things that aren't actually on your plate. Sometimes you deal with stress for so long that you find things to be stressed about, or you find things to add to a list that honestly either don't need your attention or you had no intention of completing in the first place. So you wind up overburdened with a bunch of things that really are inconsequential. They just don't matter. Let yourself grieve, be angry, be sad, be happy, be manic, whatever it is. Allow yourself to emote correctly and understand that battles need to be chosen, not constantly fought. Hopefully that helped.
I hope.
You're
At this point, we're kind of betting 1,000 on the raw ass shit coming out tonight.
like it's rough tonight. Jeez, no wonder no one's wanting a reading. It's like, God, I just wanted to come
You're
on
like,
here.
yeah.
Fuck. Jesus, some rough shit.
So
Happy holidays, everyone.
Right,
yeah,
damn.
as far as I'm gonna call readings there. So we'll start wrapping up. Just remember to be good to y'all. Be good to yourselves, guys, please.
Because apparently our cards won't be. Fuck.
Jesus.
That's some rough shit.
Linda said yes, thank you. I'm going to start painting more and writing for channeling. Thank you. And things are like other socks on the floor.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Good shit. So, before we leave, since we're kind of winding down, before we leave, one, got the forecast coming for you guys probably early tomorrow afternoon. Got some raw shit to talk about on that one too, so be prepared. Which is probably the reason why the readings were so fucking smacky in the mouth tonight. But think about what time of year it is. Think about what this time of year is supposed to represent. It's not the commercialism. It's not the presents themselves. It's not the bullshit of having to deal with people and all this other thing. It's about being together. It's about actually giving a damn about each other enough to spend time. It's about the unconditional moments where you're not expecting something back. It's about giving of yourself, not just in service, but out of love. This is the end of an entire year. I've said it a lot lately on live streams and on, during these readings. It's the end of a 365-day run, an entire era where we revolved around the sun. And it's time to look back on that and see the good shit, to see the things that are worthwhile, to see the things that happened that were beneficial, to see the things that we survived instead of having to continuously endure, to see where we grew from being a victim to being someone who challenged what it is that presented us those conflicts. This is supposed to be a good time of year. It's supposed to be a time of year where we don't worry about the time of year. Take time to be good to yourself. Give yourself a present of peace of fucking mind. Because by God, we're going to need it. And while you're doing that, give someone else the present of you being present. Shit like happiness is just as contagious. And I would honestly rather catch someone's laugh than someone's anger. But all that being said, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and remember that those that have the power to change themselves have the power to change the world around themselves. Love y'all.
Love you guys. Happy
Love you
holidays.
guys. Happy holidays.